asking you a lot about Miles, but when you see him have 2 3-set games over 3 game periods, just how impressed are you by that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been impressed with him since the day I got in here. Right, just obviously he's got every attribute you want in a player, but then you mix that with the mindset he has and his work ethic. I mean, he's a freak, obviously, yeah, I mean, it's special to be around somebody like that day in and day out.
Jameis mentioned he stood up in front of the team, I think Thursday night before the game. I guess, what kind of a leader have you learned about?
Yeah, I mean, just somebody that's vocal, right, takes ownership. Those are the things that the best players on your team need to have, and that's who he is. He's willing to be out in front, and obviously his message, when he talks, people listen.
What kind of issues can the Denver team give you guys?
Yeah, looked at them a little bit so far. Obviously, they're playing really well. Looks like they're playing really good complementary football. Offensively, right? It's a Sean Payton offense. They're gonna scheme. They're gonna do what works, and they force you to play sound football. So obviously, run game, they're going to test us there. We got to be able to stop that week in and week out. But I think Bo Nix is playing pretty good, right, for a younger guy, somebody that's dynamic, able to escape, make every throw, and is going to test you, on all levels.
Kevin didn't want to talk about the altitude. You guys are going to go out there on Saturday, so you have time to acclimate. Juan was telling us how it's real. So just how do you prepare to go into that environment and deal with that mile-high, rarefied air as a competitor? I mean, it's just something physical you do have.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, you understand is going to be there, and you got to go prepare for it mentally more than anything. Obviously, physically, you do everything possible to get your body in the best shape for this moment. But if it's tough, if it's a long drive, it's going to be tough. You just better be able to push through it. So, I think it's trying to get off the field as quick as possible as a defense, right?
Did you play out there? You only had a field out. Did you play?
I've played there once. Yeah. And early I think you feel it, but I think once you get going, I think you just fall into the course of the game.
So, did you guys, as a defense, did you take Miles' pregame speech to heart? Because you guys really came out with your hair on fire in that first half, making 4th down stops. Just how did that impact you?
Yeah, no, obviously when he talks, people listen, and we all do, and he's the best player on the field week in and week out, right? So his presence is felt, and so when he talks, we obviously follow him, and that's the person he is and the leader we need.
Jordan, missed tackles have obviously been an issue this year, but it felt like Thursday. There's a lot of just rallying the football, a lot of bodies getting in there and making plays. Just how much pride have you guys kind of taken in trying to correct that and seeing the results on Thursday after you build it?
Yeah, missed tackles happen, right? But when you have bodies, when guys are getting to the ball, like you alluded to, a lot of mistakes are erased, right? And so I played a lot of football, seen in my best years of the best teams I've been on, defenses run to the ball. Every single person is 11 guys flying to the ball, and so that's what we got to have. That should be the standard. That's what we got to have every single week. Guys are doing their best to get these dudes on the ground, but we're playing some monsters out there, right? And so the more bodies, the more hats you can get around the ball, obviously the better.
Ronnie's been getting some more opportunities. He and Juan have been kind of rotating in and out. Just what have you seen from him as far as his growth this year? And obviously he's been out there making some plays.
Yeah, no, he's been somebody since day one who's been a factor on our defense. It's been good to see his growth as he's continued to come along. I watched some of the film from last year, right? He had that surge there at the end, and so it's cool to see somebody like that get his opportunity and make the most of it. And that's what this league's about. It's about making the most of your opportunity.
I know you just started watching film, but what do you see from Cortland Sutton from afar and tape? Some challenges from that?
I haven't. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I'm still working through it, seeing how they're using them and everything. But they pose a threat on every single level. And so we gotta execute. It's really more about us than it is about them.
I think a win like the one Thursday night can do for you guys, especially where you are at this point in the season, the record you guys have.
Yeah, it's always fun and infectious when you win, and especially an emotional win like that in the elements at home, right? It's an infectious, and I think everybody feels it, and so you hope to carry that on, to keep this feeling going, to understand the situation we're in. We got to focus one game at a time and win every single one of them, right? That's where our mind has to be. So we can't take advantage or we have to take advantage of every single day, every opportunity, every rep that we get.
Jordan, I apologize if you got asked
Yeah.
about the last play again already, but Miles gets triple teamed, Isaiah gets double teamed,
Yeah.
picks up the center, it left you free.
Yeah.
How key was it those guys picking up the double and triple teams to make that play work for you? And
Yeah.
what's key for a younger guy like Isaiah as he gets more opportunities here going forward?
Yeah, for me it was like that last play was just everybody doing their job, right? We knew Russ. He likes to escape. He likes to get out, especially on a last play like that. We were expecting him to get out. So Miles and Obo, was it Obo?
Obo was on the
Miles,
inside.
Obo was here. Who was here?
Isaiah
Isaiah.
McGuire, yeah.
Miles and Isaiah were holding the edge hard upfield, making sure he wasn't getting out the pocket, and Obo was fighting. I actually had the back. If the back blocks, I add to the quarterback, and so everybody was just doing their job, right? And that's what good defenses do. And Isaiah obviously has the potential to be an amazing player in this defense, in this league, and he's been able to have some more opportunities, right, with the way the season's gone. So exciting for him, and obviously he's continuing to grow, which is what we need.
Yeah. Challenge to kind of keep that momentum from Thursday now. It's kind of like a mini bye week just to build off that. But is the momentum part of that a little overrated, or how do you keep that and build on that when it's almost, by the time you play this, it's been almost 10 days?
Yeah, I think honestly, if you're truthful about the situation that we're in, right, you have no other option but to come in every single day focused, right, and focused on winning one game at a time. Momentum's a fickle thing, right? You've got to be able to come consistent every single day. And when you're in our situation where every win, every game is so impactful to what the goals that we're trying to make. Whatever happens, but we've got to be able to come in every single day and focus on getting a win this week. So, cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ryan.